guys, how are you? So I wanted to jump on and share something with you that came up for me the other day. So the other day I flew up and saw my parents who live in far north Queensland, and it was gorgeous and warm and lovely. But when I was there, I was in the airport prior to leaving, and I was a bit snackish, but not a lot was open. And I was walking around and couldn't find a piece of fruit for the life of me. So my options basically were fast food like your Maccas or that sort of stuff. Or in the cafes, it then went to like a lot of heavy stuff like wraps or sandwiches or bready stuff, which is really not good for my tummy. So one of the thoughts that came up for me was I might go and see if I can find like a breakfast bar or something like that. Just something that's filling, nutritious, and is going to tide me over. And I was absolutely blown away. And I think some of you guys are going to be as well, because with this I need to pretense before we even start. This isn't a segment about you cannot eat this is the devil's food, it's bad for you. I'm not about that, and it drives me insane when trainers rant on about that. Like, I get where they're coming from, I get that they've got good intentions, but I find it's just so isolating and distancing. You know, we're all on different journeys, we've all got different situations, we've all got different tastes and likes. You know, what's the point of you eating one way if the family refuses to eat that way? Or, you know, just it's hard enough as it is. We don't need someone else as adults telling us you can't do this. So to be very clear, as I said, this isn't about don't eat it. It's more about being educated, being aware so that you can make these choices, because so much of my philosophy isn't about overhauls or extremes or quick fixes or any of that crap. Why? Been there. Don't work consistently. They don't last. But instead, if we flip it all around and make it about focusing on the small little things that we do over time, that has a huge impact and we can maintain it and sustain it. So that's part of what's driven me to do this live with you today. And if you do jump on, please say a big hello, and if you've got any questions as they come up or anything, hit them up, even if you're watching the replay, because I will go back through and answer them. Coffee after this needed. All right, so as I said, I was going through looking for a health bar or something equivalent. The only one I could find was one of these. So sorry, it's a printout. I didn't want to go and buy one. One, because I'm a tight ass. Two, I didn't want to eat it. Okay, so I'm not sure if you can see this. My very beautiful diagram. Here's one that I prepared earlier. So this is an all-natural bar. It is the picture's not quite the one I'm going to give you the calories on, but it was a yogurt, almond and apricot bar. So all in all, you know, you look at it and go, yep, that's probably a really healthy choice, and it's promoted that way. All natural, excellent source of fiber, free from artificial flavors and colors, sweetened with natural honey, all of this stuff. Like, marketers have done a bang up job of promoting and telling us what's healthy when it's not always the case. So in this teensy weensy little bar, there is 432 calories. So again, I need to specify that I am not saying, do not eat this is the devil's food. And 400 calories in the scheme of things, it's actually not too bad. It's better than going and smashing a block of chocolate. However, 400 calories is a meal for most people. And if you are trying to lose weight and you have one of these but not actually putting in your head that it's a meal that you're having or the equivalent of in calories, it is so easy for this stuff to add up, right? Because you go, oh yeah, what have I eaten? I've eaten breakfast, and then I had a snack bar, and then I had lunch, and then I had dinner. But this is 400 calories, it's a meal. And again, I am not all or nothing about calories. I don't, it does my head in, to be very, very blunt. I do believe it is actually one of the most guaranteed ways to get your results, because the numbers don't lie. You can lie about the numbers that you put in. That's about 100 grams. It's really 150. And that, but end of the day, it is one of the most sure-fast ways to get results. But the problem is it's so impractical for so many people. It is an absolute minefield for some of us, me included. I've been on both sides where I've actually loved it and felt in control because I can eat what I want and be in control, but then I've felt out of control because it just felt like this massive drain to have to be logging and measuring and weighing, and did my head in. So it works for some people. Again, I'm not slamming it, just throwing different ideas and opinions because I don't believe one size fits all. So if you are using calories and you are trying to lose weight, some people recommend eating 1,200 calories for a woman, 1,600 calories for a man. Now, personally, I believe that's too low, but everyone's different and everyone's situation's different to what you need. So I'm just using that as a reference. I tend to tell guys to aim more between 14 to 16, guys as in general population. But again, that would be an individual conversation, case by case. So going on that, if you are looking at 1,200 calories, that's 400. That is one meal for the day, and it's not that satisfying. Like, yes, it is going to fill you up. And again, here's where I want to give you the contrast or the flip of this. You're eating this, and again, thinking about how I was dealing with it and how I know a lot of you guys deal with it too. I'm looking for something to eat. I'm a bit snackish. Oh, I'll get this. This is healthy. This is a good choice. So I'm doing it not as a meal. I'm doing it as more of a snack. So 430 calories. Just to throw things up. A Snickers bar. Snickers, my go-to. Snickers and Twix. It's always a 50-50. What about you guys? Anywho, Snickers. This has 243 calories. Now, please know I am not telling you, yay, go and eat as many Snickers as you want. And I'm not saying that you should eat this over that. I'm just giving you the education and flipping things up, because a lot of the time we don't stop and think about this stuff. And this stuff is what counts. So 432 calories compared to 243. Which is nuts. Again, if you're doing it for a little bit of a snack and a fill me up, this one's an extra 20 minutes to burn off. Crazy. And then when you start also getting into the sugar of things as well, so 19.4 grams of sugar in this, so 5 teaspoons roughly. However, this one, even though it's half the size, is 24.5 grams of sugar, so about 6 teaspoons. And again, like, I don't want you to get caught up in that, because I know when I start hearing that, sometimes my brain's like, oh, but what do I have to focus on? The calories, the sugar, the fat, what? Blah, blah. Not the point. Not the point to make it overwhelming and confusing. That's easy enough to do. It's just highlighting. Sometimes we do these things that we grab them and go, I'm hungry, I'm snackish, I'm going to get something good for me. And again, at least this has some natural stuff in it, or real food in it, compared to this has pretty much none. But if you do this, this adds up. And you can easily eat one of these every day, say, and sort of forget about it because it wasn't consequential in your day. You were eating it mindlessly while you were driving, or in between, or while you were at your desk. So it didn't really register as a meal. So you keep eating, and then you get to the end of the week and you haven't got the results you want. And you're bitterly disappointed because in your head, you've done everything that you can. You have done the workouts, you've followed the meal plans, you've done all of this stuff, but you haven't got the results for it. And this is why. It is little things like this that you're not even thinking about that are having huge impact. And again, like, getting on a rant, the fitness industry has done such a bloody stellar job of telling you that it's about the big things. You know, you must buy my fitness program, you must follow my diet plan, and that's how you get results, and bang, bang, bang. But it's not. It is not one killer workout that is going to turn your world around. It's not. Like, how many times have you joined a gym, started a program, and fallen off the wagon? Or maybe you've got results for a little while, but it never stuck. Exercise alone isn't the answer. Just as eating well isn't the answer. There's got to be more to it, because you've still got to be fit and healthy in your body. You still need to move, and all the benefits that you get from that. So it's looking at it as a whole rather than these one-off things. And I think we do fall into the trap sometimes that this is the answer. If I start this exercise program, everything will be fixed. If I start this diet, everything will be fixed. No, it won't. And I can guarantee you unequivocally, it's these small choices over time, which aren't sexy. They're not inspiring. They're not, wow. It's hard to constantly be reminded and focus on this, but these are the ones that make the biggest impact and compound over time. And that's how it also becomes easy as well, because it becomes part of your lifestyle rather than trying to force these programs and things into your world that it just becomes too overwhelming and too hard. Something to think about as we're starting to ramp up towards the end of the year with all the Christmas functions, end of year breakups, summer here in Australia, all starting to like heat up. Brilliant. There's going to be a lot more temptation. There's going to be a lot less time for you. So it's getting on top of these things now. Finding a way that you can constantly be just reminded, refocused. It's not overhauls. It's not quick fixes. They're not the solutions. They don't work. Just constantly come back on track. Keep focusing on your goals. Bit like in my Move It group today, my free group. It was a whole, I put my water up. I realized I haven't been drinking anywhere near enough water. So today, as a reminder, hey guys, here's my water intake for the day. How are you guys doing? You know, something that simple that comes back and makes you go, oh yeah, that's right, I've got to do that. Because when you're juggling a million things, it's really easy to let balls slip. And that's when this happens, and this is when it compounds, and this is why you don't get the results. So again, to be clear, I'm not saying don't eat it. If you want it, enjoy it, love it. Just be aware of what you're doing rather than the mindless stuff and the being sucked into some of the gimmicks and marketing that's out there. End of the day, it's about what you need for your life, for your body. If you have any questions at all about that, please jump on, hit hashtag replay and your question. I will come back and answer them in the comments below. And if you haven't already, you're welcome to come and join us in the free Move It group, where I pop in and remind you to drink water. Good for you. Public service announcement for today. All right, guys, have an amazing day. I hope this video helped. I would really love to hear your comments. Did it surprise you? Did it shock you? Are you going and eating a Snickers now? No, don't do it. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on it, because as I said, walking through the airport going, oh, what'll I have? It just reminded me that it's so easy to just go, oh yeah, I'll just do this mindlessly, thinking it's good for me, thinking it's helping, and it's actually not in line with what I really wanted to do. It's actually more detrimental. Not that I can't have it and enjoy it, and again, it is better for you than a Snickers bar. It really is. However, keep it real. All right, guys, much love. Chat to you soon. Bye.